Welcome back to Spey Casting with Jon. I'm Jon Hazlett of the Ashland Fly Shop, and today we're going to do the Snap T. The Snap T is one of those casts that you can do with any line system. Scandi line, Skagit line. It's a great sink tip cast, so when you're using your Skagit line sink tips and bigger flies, you'll do the Snap T quite a bit. We do the Snap T off our upstream side, so if you've got an upstream wind or you've got an obstacle on your downstream side, it's a great cast for that. You'll see it a lot in the Northwest, double Spey and Snap T, and it's a money cast, it's a fun cast, and from river left as a right-handed person, it's a great cast to cast at a 45-degree angle and get some good fishing done. So here we go with the Snap T. Well, here we are, we're going to do the Snap T. Snap T is a great sink tip cast. I got a Scandi line today. It's a cast we do off our upstream side. If we've got an upstream wind, it's a good cast. If we have an obstacle on our downstream side, it's a good cast. It's a great cast to angle your delivery. Okay, it likes to go at a 45-ish degree angle. And it's a fun cast. It's got a nice rhythm to it. People really cling to this cast. So every Spey cast starts with a lift. And in this case, as always, I'm going to lift vertically. So I do start with my lift, and when I get to the top of my lift, I'm going to go out and accelerate right back to where I started. Okay? My rod tip's essentially going to draw a letter D. It's going to draw a letter D. So I do a slow lift, I go out, around, and back. And notice as I'm coming down, I accelerate my rod right back to where it started. I call that ground zero. I got to get my rod back to ground zero. And if I do that, it's going to set my anchor exactly where I want it every time. Okay? Exactly where I want it. I have to get my rod right back to where it started. Now I'm set up to finish the cast. Okay? Set up to finish the cast. So, slow lift. When you get to the top, you don't want to stop. So, slow lift, out, around, and back. Okay? Drawing a letter D. Right to there. Now there's a lot of variations to this cast, but I've found with a sink tip especially, this is the best way to get that sink tip and big fly up out of the water. And as I come out to the point of my D, because I'm drawing this letter D here, I come out to the point, that's about 90 degrees from the bank, from me, perpendicular, and I got to cut down right back to here. The reason I got to cut down quickly, A, that downward stroke brings my line upstream, and B, that downward stroke also gets my rod tip in a safe position. I call this the warranty cast, because if I let this rod tip hang out there too high, I get that collision. I just got hit by my leader, okay? And if you're fishing a lead eye and that hits your rod tip, fill out your warranty card, okay? So, slow lift, undercut, my rod's back to ground zero. From here I start my D-loop stroke, which is going to come around on a plane to my key position, at which point I deliver the cast. So let's look at that whole cast here. Slow lift, undercut, here's my D-loop stroke, and there's my forward cast. So that's the Snap T. Once you get this part down, the rest is pretty easy. So think about drawing a letter D, slow lift, undercut, D-loop stroke, forward cast. One note on the D-loop stroke, okay? We're trying to energize the D-loop, and the D-loop is opposite of my target. So I send my D-loop this way, my cast goes this way. That's where I get load. It's just like a single hand cast. Our back cast gives us the load. It has to be opposite of our target, 180 degree rule. So when I do this D-loop stroke, I want to apply the power into my D-loop, okay? Apply the power into your D-loop. So I can go really slow, I apply the power there and go. One mistake that a lot of casters make is that they start their D-loop stroke too quick, okay? Too quick. If I start it too quick, it throws my D-loop upstream too far. I want my D-loop to go this way. And if I start too quick, my D-loop goes upstream too far, and then I have to try to redirect it opposite my target, which doesn't work real good. So think about when you're doing a D-loop stroke, whether it's snap T or double spey, start slow, and when your rod tip is at your target, from your target to the D-loop formation, that's where I apply the power. And it's a slight acceleration from there to there, okay? From there to there. That'll give you more energy in your D-loop, and it's more directional energy. We want it directed opposite of our target, okay? So, snap T. I'm gonna draw a letter D, slow lift, undercut, D-loop stroke, forward cast. So that was a snap T. Get out there and practice, and good fishing to you.